What's up, my beautiful people? Aaron Thomas with Excellence Above Talent. So, we're on day 6, The Way of a Superior Man. This is one of my favorite topics, something that I know that I've dealt with in my life and all of my relationships. That's probably why I'm single, low key right now. I ain't gonna lie. And the title is Never Change Your Mind Just to Please a Woman. And what the author is saying is you should always listen to your woman. Like, that's number one. Listen to her. Listen to her feelings, to what she has to say. Like, she should be heard in your relationship. So don't minimize or try to act like I'm saying don't listen to her. Listen to what she has to say. But never change your mind in order to make her happy. Make your own decision. Because in making your own decision, you come off as being the person who knows what he wants. And no one can change his mind when his mind is made up. If it's not in his purpose, then he's not going to do it. In all of my relationships, now that I'm looking back and being transparent and being open, the woman has always left. And at some point, you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself why. Because it's not them. You can't blame them. It is something that you're doing that's creating this vortex of I'm okay without him, or I will be okay without him. And you will. I'm pretty sure they're all doing fantastic and great. But one thing that I did that I didn't know I was doing was all the men in my life told me, happy wife, happy life. They didn't say anything else. They didn't try to have a conversation or say why that was important. That was it. That was the only statement that I got. And so in my head, I'm assuming if I can make her happy, everything else in my life will be good. No, that's simply not the case. And so I started to do that. I started to, everything that they want, I did. I was a yes boy. Everything, if I could, I did. And so at some point, a woman loses respect for a man, from a man, if all he does is conform to her will or conform to her purpose. It is important, it is imperative for a man to be in his purpose, to stay in his purpose, and not allow anyone or anything to deter him or make him change his mind about his purpose. And a lot of times, I didn't change my mind. I knew what my purpose was, but I stopped my purpose in order to appease and make her feel good about herself. But after a while, that gets boring to a woman. Like, she doesn't just want a dude to continually say yes and to try to give her everything that she wants. Like, it gets boring. Because she's essentially saying, you're not strong enough to follow your own purpose. Why would I follow you? So there is no respect. There is no trust. She can't build with you. She doesn't believe that you can be that killer for her when she needs it, because all you do is say yes. And so there are some things that he talked about as far as a man not betraying himself in order to make a woman happy. It's just, you shouldn't do it. Speaking from experience. She'll be happy if you, as a man, tell her no. This is not what we're going to do. This isn't in our plans that we discussed. Like, so we're not going to do it. We can find a way to work on it so that we can do it, but we're just not going to do it because you feel the need that this is what we need to do. So listen to your woman, but make your own decision. And sometimes she's right. So after you listen to her and you sit back and you, in your head, try to figure out what it is that she's saying and will it be beneficial for you as well as her moving forward. If she was correct, then go back and change your mind and say, yes, boo, yes, baby, you're correct. But don't be an egotistical asshole where you can't allow her to be correct. So you're just gonna say no. Don't do that. Don't be that guy neither. So if a man can't be trusted by his own wisdom, why would his woman trust him? So for an example, if I tell you we're not going to go eat out for a week, and then the second day you're like, I want to go eat out, and y'all go eat out, and the fourth day I want to go eat out, and y'all go eat out, tell me, how can she trust you? You can't even put something out there and stay firm to it. Right? Go home, cook. Be a man of your word. This is what we're going to do, and do it. Because if you don't, she might not consciously do it, but subconsciously she's that's adding up in her brain. Oh, this dude, he's not strong enough to be able to not eat out for a whole entire week. Even if I tell him I want to go eat out for a whole entire week. So it's just something that as a man, you have to be aware of. Allow your woman to be present and to be heard in that moment. But also understand that you have a say-so. And what you say matters too. So a few quotes and then I'm off. You should always listen to your woman and then make your own decisions. If you don't trust your own wisdom, you are weakening yourself by telling yourself this, and you're also weakening your woman's trust in you. Why should she trust your wisdom if you don't? When you deny your deep truth to please your woman, everyone will feel your lack of authenticity. So you're not being real with yourself. And if you can't be real with yourself, how can you be real with your woman? And again, it's something that I've dealt with in all of my relationships. And the funny thing is, when we broke up, they were okay. As far as like, from the outside looking in, they moved on. They found other men. They got a new job. Like, they were okay because their purpose was never changed. Like, they knew what they wanted and I conformed to it. And so whenever I leave those relationships, I leave and I'm broken. I don't know who I am. I have to build myself back up again. I have to try to figure out who I am as a man, what I like, what I don't like, and things of that nature. And it just shouldn't be that way as a man. Like, I should be hurt, but I should also still be on that path. And if I'm not on that path, it's because I have allowed somebody else's purpose to creep in ahead of mine, and that's the one that I was living out and not mine. So that's also something to think about and look at as well. Like, me and my ex-wife have been separated for about a year now. Divorced a couple of months. But I'm just now feeling like I'm getting back on my feet. Understanding who I am as a person and as a man. And again, it just shouldn't be that way. Me personally, it should not be that way. Another quote. If you give up your real decision to follow your woman's, then you will blame her for being wrong if she is wrong. And you will feel disempowered if she is right. Having denied yourself the opportunity to act from your core and grow from your mistakes. And that's another, big thing that I had to get over. I couldn't blame. I had to stop blaming everyone for why my relationship sucked. Well, she didn't do this, or this. Like, no, bro, it's simply not the case. You, as a man, didn't stand up for you, and you got walked on. And then when she got done walking over you, she decided to leave. And now you're hurt, and you feel disrespected, and you're trying to blame her. But at the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror and blame yourself. You allowed this to happen. You allow someone to come into your life and change the core of who you were as a man in order to try to please and make her happy. And you can't do it that way. You trying to change for someone to make them happy, that's not the real you. And that person will never be happy. Because you're changing for them in a season that they need you to change for them for. But when that season changes for them, and you're still the same person that they asked you to change it to, they don't like you. They're like, who is this guy? He gets on my nerves. Why is he doing these things? And sometimes us as men, we don't question or ask. We just continue doing the same exact thing over and over and over again, expecting that it's okay when it's not. So we have to pay attention to these things. Never change yourself to please someone else. Because at some point, what you changed into, they're not going to like. So you have to pay attention to these things. Care about what she says. Like, don't be an asshole about it. But also, if it doesn't fit the purpose that you're in, don't change. Don't feel the need to change in order to make her happy, in order to make her feel good. You still have to live your life, and she still has to live hers. And a woman will respect you more if you can tell her, no, this isn't what we're going to do. And you lay out a plan. And you say, this is where we're going. Versus just saying yes to her for everything. It's important. I've lived a life, and now understanding what is really going on, I will not compromise who I am in order to please another woman. So fellas, it is not happy wife, happy life. Because if your life ain't happy, your wife's life ain't happy neither. You have to get your life in track. You have to find your purpose. You have to know who you are as a person and as a man. That matters more. Because it's a trickle-down effect. If you get yourself together, if you're in your purpose, if you're walking how you're supposed to walk, how God intended you to walk, well then guess what? Your wife, your kids, ain't nobody complaining. Because everyone is where they're supposed to be. So, if anyone hasn't told you today they love you, let me be the first to say I love you. You're awesome. You're amazing. You deserve the best that this world has to offer. Do not give up. Do not quit. The world does not get easier, but you get stronger. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.